What's up, graders? Today you are going to be learning about how to find the slope when you have a line of best fit on your scatter plot. If you're not sure what any of that is, go back to February 1st and February 2nd folders, watch those videos, go through the PowerPoints, make sure you have a clear understanding or you're gonna be very lost on this. So finding slope with scatter plots and line of best fit. So go ahead and pause the video, give it a shot, see if you can write an equation for the line of fit in the scatter plot, okay? So thinking about our equation that we've been working with, so let's go to the next slide. Y equals mx plus b. Okay, we've been working with this for quite some time now. And if you remember correctly, like I said, x and y are just your points on the scatter plot, right? This would be an x and y. This point would be an x and y. This point would be an x and y. You're getting the idea. All these points have an x. All these points have a y. They're just your x. They're just your y. Now, your m and b do have definitions connected to them, right? And remember that m is not mx, okay? M is a completely different number. X is a completely different number, okay? They're not connected. I know they're next to each other, but they're not connected. So let's review. What is m, right? If you remember correctly, m is your slope. Rise over run. Your rise is your y-axis. Your run is your x-axis. Always run right. Y, x. What is b? Your b is your y-intercept. Where are we crossing the y-axis at? That point where we cross is your y-intercept. And then, so if we're looking at this, how do you find the y-intercept from this graph here? So from the scatter plot, how do we find that y-intercept? Well, if you're looking, our y-intercept, our line is crossing right there. Where is it hitting the y-axis? That point right there is our y-intercept. So our y-intercept is about, I don't know, I would say 22, maybe 23 is our y-intercept. Where is it crossing? And your y-intercept with scatter plots are usually a prediction unless it's clearly hitting a specific number. Otherwise, we're usually doing an educated guess with y-intercept. So I'm saying maybe about 23, maybe 22. Both would be an okay answer. All right, so how do we find slope when we're looking at a line of best fit? Well, of course, we have a rise over run, and then we also are going to teach you about the slope formula today. So let's look at rise over run. So if you remember, rise over run, choose 2 points. Now, you can choose any 2 points on your line of best fit. All right, any 2 points would work, but choose 2 where you're hitting a cross point, right? Your x and y axes are hitting right here. Your x and y axes are hitting right here. So we got 2 points. Rise over run. So from this point, we're going to rise up. So we're going about 10, 20, 30, 40. So our top number is 40. And then we run to the right. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So our rise over run, our slope for this equation is about 40 over 25. Okay. Now we can also use the slope formula. Okay, we haven't talked about our slope formula yet, but we're going to today. Our slope formula is the difference of our y's on top, which is y1 minus y2, divided by the difference of our x's, x1 minus x2. Now, if you think about it, rise over run, the rise is the top part of your fraction, which is your y-axis going up or down, which is why our y's are on top. Our run portion, the bottom part of our fraction, is going left to right, but we always run right, which is why we're looking at the difference of our x's, okay? Now, in these 2 points, you always need 2 points to do the slope formula. This 5 right here, for our first point, our farthest left point, will be our x1. This 30 right here would be our y1, okay? Notice how our x1 and y1 are in the same point. Our second point, this 30 here, would be our x2, and this 70 would be our y2. So all we would do is replace our points with the corresponding locations and solve. So 30 would go to y1, so 30 minus 70, because that's our y2, and you would get your answer. X1 would be 5 minus our x2, which is 30, and you would solve that, and you would get your answer. All right, if you have any questions off of that, please let me know. Go ahead and do the activity and turn it in either on here or in person. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day.